You see the beauty in God. Do you feel me? When I tell you, let me tell you how crazy it is. Let me tell you. I was uploading the video, right? Just talking to y'all, free talking. In the spirit. I done told you all about. The whole time I'm talking to myself. The phone cut off. When I tell you, see the reading? I was doing some reading. Did some reading. And did some writing. All for the glory of God. But God just trying to tell me, because you know that Satan can't win. Did some writing. Hold on, where's the and I even pulled a card today. This say Guardian. Can y'all see this? Guardian. Woman of crystals. And God was telling me, when I tell you, it's just the vibes. I felt so powerful in that previous, and then just cut off. God said, you can do it again. He said, if Satan try to get you, do it again. That's how God needed. He don't miss. God does not miss. He does not miss at all. God don't miss. And he was telling me, one, Satan can take your message. Hold on. All right. Had to give a friend some reassurance to let her know that the darkness can't win. She was saying that the strongholds are trying to get her. The darkness. There's always, no matter how much you want. This is what happens. Let me say this real quick. This sun is really doing its thing. Let me say this real quick. When you get that inspiration, that spark of joy, that spark of power inside from God, Satan will test you immediately. You feel me? He will test you at a constant rate to deny if you really are like that. He will test you probably in the same day, probably in the same minute, the same hour, the same week. He will test you because his whole goal is to defile what God is placing upon our hearts, our souls, our spirits, and in the three-dimensional world. So that's why you got to take a moment and just praise God, even if it's just, but don't do it in a petty way. Don't do it, I'm praising God because I want Satan to feel otherwise. Praise God because God deserves to be praised. Keep your motivation or your burning fire within. If it's fueled by pettiness, cool. But God is not a petty God. God is a true God. He's more powerful. He's more, he's confidence. He is the epitome of confidence. Satan is the epitome of arrogance. Just keep it simple and plain. I'm not gonna put no more energy on Satan because he feeds off of this. Back to what I was saying. So the weekend was beautiful. God gave me a sign and 3 women. He gave me a sign. He said, this is the trifecta. This is why men need to change. Because women aren't like men. Women aren't like, men are more linear beings. It doesn't take much to make us happy. It doesn't take much to do much of anything. We're very simple. Women are complex in their own essence. So God showed me he showed me in decades. He showed me a 20-something-year-old, a 30-something-year-old, and a 40-something-year-old, and said, this is the timeline of woman. This is what she is and what she does. She can't help it. It's your job to allow her to be herself. But to be honest about what about herself doesn't make sense in your world. I spoke to Autumn. Beautiful spirits. Oh, the sun is shining. He know I'm speaking the word. Beautiful spirits. And I told him, I said, what can I do to change? We had a whole dialogue for like an hour. Cold, in the cold, because it was that important. I gifted them with something, and God said, you on the path now. You've been on the path, but you get it now. You're an adult man, and you get it now. Because I've fully admitted I understand self-sacrificial nature. I know what it means to give for the benefit of another in full capacity. And it don't even matter about the views. It don't matter about the likes. It don't matter about none of that. It don't even matter about if my paintings ever make it. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it now with God. Your love for your gift, your love for your joy, your love for your heart, your love for your spirit, your love for your creation. Just for it to be created on this 3-dimensional world is a blessing in itself. If anything else comes, that's cool. But if it don't, you still accomplish the goal. That's where we missed the mark. We were so devoted to Satan's allure that we forgot what God could do. We forgot what he could do. We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for God. Satan can't make beings. Satan is a dead God. He can't make gold. He can't make melanin. He can't make a baby smile. Satan can only make clones, demons, and destruction. That's it. If he wants something to prevail or to prosper, he needs the energy of God's. The energy of God's creation. He can siphon, but he can't reproduce. Why is it that every time I talk about something spiritual, I hear a helicopter? The sun is doing wonders for me. I can only be grateful. I can only be grateful. But let me tell you, if you're a man on planet Earth and you're one of his true creations, and I'm not talking to no clone, I'm not talking to no hybrid, no none of that. No demons invited into this conversation. If you're one of his chosen true creations, he'll put it in you, in your spirit. He'll start moving you different. On God, he will start moving you different because it's like being a student in class. Eventually, you might encounter a lot of your, mind you, they might be your friends, your homies. You might encounter your girlies, whatever they call it. It might be the people that you hang with. There's a point in school where you realize I'm different. I like doing homework. I just don't do homework. I actually like doing homework. They don't. Eventually, you start prioritizing your future. Because God lives in the future, the past and the present. Satan don't live in the future. The only thing that is in the future is God. So there's a point in school where the teacher going to, first of all, point you out and be like, let me talk to you right quick. You're going to think you're in trouble, but you're not. They're isolating you. They're going to say, hey, you want to try out for this academic blah, blah, blah? You want to go, we got this program, let me talk to your parents real quick. Even your own parents might be against your own blessing. But someone will always see your light. Someone will always see your greatness. That's the benefit that God. What's up, Smiley? Nothing much. Someone will always see your brightness. Someone will always see it. For better or worse, someone will see it. So it's gonna come to a point, and I'm going through that in real time, but in God's school of life, not literal three-dimensional school. There's a point in my life, and he took me aside and said, "Listen, you different. You actually like doing my homework. You actually like doing the will of me, but it irritates you when you have to give my word back to the people because they don't like doing homework. They don't like doing none of that. So they skip class. They don't do no assignments. They come into a class when they want. They disrupt. And in turn, it fucks with your shit. No offense to the language. Sorry. It messes up what you got going on. So God says, let me alienate you. I'm going to put you in a different program. And you're going to meet individuals just like you that like to do homework. It's kind of like a magnet program. God got a whole spiritual program for spiritual people. But in order to get there, you have to disown those that aren't like you. And some of your classmates might be intrigued about your intellect. So they might say, oh yeah, I'm like that, they capping. They might say they like that because they want the benefits of where you're going. So they might say certain things. Oh yeah. So then you have to press them. Oh yeah. So at 6 p.m. we're doing studying. You want to come? Oh no, I'm busy. That's how you really know. You will make sacrifices for things that you truly want out of this life. So God put me on a speed course, or what you call quantum leaping. He put me on a course saying, you're going somewhere. I don't know about them, but you're specifically you're going somewhere. And now the opposition sees it. They know now that you're going somewhere. It might be your family. It might be your friends. It might even be your mate, your lover, your romance, your husband, your wife, your baby father, your baby mother, even your own children. You don't know. But you can know through process of elimination. Ask God to point it out. And then start to pry. Start to pry on them. Question them on certain things that you know only God's children would know. And if they deny, then they really against you. They just playing the part. Whether they Christian, Muslim, Hindu, they believe in the Torah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. It don't really matter. You're going to see the truth because God is the truth. So I got to a point in my life. This happened literally like 2 days ago. It's Monday. And God said, you got it. Like you're there because all the homework assignments in the low level, you've already passed. You graduated. But now I can't tell you how to do homework in university. That's what high school is for. It was to prepare you for the complication. It was to prepare you for the higher, that's what they call higher education. They don't call it lower education. They're saying that this version of education is higher. So that means that in order to be qualified, you not only got to pay for it, you know what I'm saying? Because most schooling is public, meaning that the government pays. You got to go out your own pocket. What that means spiritually is that you're going to have to do something that you never done. You're going to have to go in your own spirit and say, I'm willing to give to this. Because some people, they drop out of high school. They might even get a job after, but to increase your own knowledge, to enhance your own knowledge, you have to want that inside. You got to say, some people go to college just for the basketball, just for the sports, just for the women, just for the men, just for the parties. You know what I'm saying? Just for the vibes. Some people don't even come to educate. God knows why you came to him. And if he feels that it's unholy, he'll send you back. He'll say your reasoning for even being here is wrong. And you might say, I still want to educate. Yeah, you still might want to educate, but the benefits of the educational system that I created for you, you're here for the wrong reason. You're here at a party. So what does that mean for your homework? Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that we are in his image. So if we start doing wrong things, that's his name. It's like our last name. You know how the family says, oh, you're making our name look bad. Once you step out and speak God's word, you're part of his team. So if we're reflecting his name wrong, That's on him, not on us. We're children. We're gonna cry, God, he gonna say, you did that. You did that. But anywho, what I want to say to you now is continue going forward. There is only forward from this point on. We did already enter the unknown. Only forward. You can't go back. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. It wouldn't make sense anymore. Only forward. Whatever got you this far on the path, continue forward. If you question God, this part, if you this deep into the game, ain't no way to question God because he didn't got you this far. This is what God considers his university of the spirit, or the university of the spiritual, or his class. You know, there's always a class of this, class of that. This is the class of the chosen. If you've gotten this far, you have to have full devotion in God. Ain't no way he gonna let you enter the university without revealing certain things about yourself. Now, I can't say what you're going to do because that's all between you and God, and that's for you to show your testimony. When we all get there, he's gonna say, all right, speak it. It's gonna make more believers. But until then, we're still just doing homework assignments. We haven't even put together our dissertation. That's what the testimony is. The testimony is a dissertation. All of the knowledge that I've gathered. In order for me to try to get my PhD, I gotta show my own scholastic, what do they call it? Like a scholarly admittance of what I've learned, been through, and like my acceptance into the kingdom. Your dissertation will say if you're worthy of it. Because some people, they do dissertations and they don't get nothing. They don't get nothing. No publications, no, scholarly accolades. They don't get nothing. Whatever reasons, it could be the school, it could be it wasn't good enough, or it could just be the system hating. No one knows. But God is not the system. God is so much more. He's above it. He's above the system. He is outside of the box. He is outside of all of this. God is outside of description. He is outside of labels. He's outside of all the minimal things we think are relevant here. God is above it. And that is why I give myself to him. Because I understand what's really going on now. I really understand what's going on. The old world is dying. Each and every day. One day could go by. But in the spirit, it could be a whole month. It can be a whole month, a whole year. And it's in physical, it's only one day. And when you wake up the next day, it feels different, like very oddly different. It's because time went by while you were sleeping. You thought it was 8 hours. It was really a whole month. But you got to understand, that's why we got to do our work diligently every day. We think it's a day, but in his time, well, God is outside of time, but in the spirit time, things are shifting. Things are flowing constantly. That's why people like to get you in bonds here. So even though the spirit is calling you to go somewhere else, if I can bind you here, I can waste your time. You know what I'm saying? So each day time counts. And if you're not on your path in this time, it'll prevent you from going to certain places and the next time because you use your time unwisely. We have to know that there is more and believe that there is more each and every day. That's what the child imagination comes from. It's not just delusion. You have to know in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul that there is more. Why? Because you know your Father. Like I need you to understand. It's not the fact that Satan lies. He knows that you don't know the truth. If someone says your father isn't dark skinned, my father dark skinned just like me. Someone could say you're white 100 times. There's a certain point in brokenness where you say, I am white. How? That's how you need to argue with Satan. How? If I'm like you, how is this possible? If my father is this complexion, How am I that? I can't be. So that's how you need to argue, because Satan will drill on you your whole life and say you're inadequate, you're stupid, you're this, you're ugly, you're this, because he wants you to think how he think. Satan think he's stupid. Satan think he ugly. Satan think he's incapable. So he needs his commune. He needs his pulpit to think the same. That's why they're all followers of him. They think just like him. But if he can get you to unthink your thoughts and think like him, he done made the biggest come up ever, because he got you to forget who you were. And for those that walk with Satan that were chosen, they were never meant to be chosen in the first place. That's why God says, I give you choice. I need to see who of mine will go that way. You feel me? He's so loving. I want to see if you're going to cheat. I want to see if you're going to lie. I want to see if you're going to steal. I want to see, do I still love you? Yes, but I need to know what type of time you want. I'm not even going to get you in trouble. I'm just going to watch and see who you are. And for those that fight after fight, fight after fight, fight after fight, we continue to believe in him and his will. He says, through all the heartache and pain, he tried to kill you off, you still stayed. That devotion is how he said, you want mine. Because none of this human experience don't matter. It don't matter. It's just a test to see what side you're on. It don't matter. That's why God many times will hold his blessings upon you to see, are you doing it for the blessings or are you doing it for me? Do you love your husband because you love him or because he paid the bills? Do you love your wife because you love her or because because she's having sex with you all the time? She's submitting to you all the time without even you doing much to deserve it. Where does your love come from? That's the question of God. The true question of God, where does your love come from? Is it pure? Where does your love come from? Is there contingencies towards your love? Is there a cost towards it? Where does it come from? How does it work? Think about it. Talk to you soon.